Okay, I'm Abigail Carroll. I'm partners with Shannon Doan, and we're doing a project called Witness to War on...
Joe LaBelle.
Alright, what was your date of service?
From July of 1988 to June of 1992.
Military rank was a Specialist E4?
Yes.
What's that?
It's one step below sergeant.
Oh, okay. You were in the Army,
Yes.
and... Alright. So where did you live before you joined the war? Or the Army?
In Yarmouth, Cape Cod.
Okay. So, what made you want to join the military or war effort?
Well, I mean, it was kind of went to the fact that I didn't know really what I wanted to do at school, if I wanted to go to college, or if I wanted to just start working and kind of to get away from Cape Cod, so I decided to join the military.
Okay, so, when you first entered the war, what did you think it was going to be like?
The war, well, I was in two, and I was in Panama first, and that was in 1989, and it was on the 20th of December, and I was a paratrooper with the 2nd Airborne, and we were getting ready to come home for Christmas break, and like, you know, every once in a while you get breaks, and we were able to come home, and we had a big run in the military. They do every once a month. You do these big runs. We went for a run, and when we came back, everyone was talking about coming home for Christmas, and then they told us that we were locked down, that we couldn't leave where we were. We were at our barracks. Everyone was in having breakfast, and as soon as we came out of breakfast, there was wire surrounding everywhere. Phones got shut off, so everything just kind of went silent. There was nothing really going on, and we found out that we were going to be going to Panama for Operation Just Cause, which was the Noriega. And at the time, I had my wife was expecting our first child, and she was actually, her due date was about 2 weeks after this. So, actually no, that was the wrong one. I'm sorry. I'm getting them confused now. Panama was different. Panama was, but they locked us down, and we were sitting there, and we were like, all right. You know, everyone thought we were joking. So, everyone's joking about, we're going home, we're going home. So we really, at the beginning, didn't really know what to expect. And then, as the day progressed, and we started getting all our ammunition and everything issued to us, it kind of changed. So, your first perception of it was, it's not really real. And then you're like, all right, well, why are we really going here? And then it's like, am I going to make it through this jump? Because I was a paratrooper. It's a whole thing. We're jumping for the first time in the military since, I think, World War II. As far as, Vietnam they did, but as far as, like, everything that was going on, and, so it was tough. It was, you had a bunch of a lot of mixed emotions going there.
Would you say you were more scared of, like, not coming back, or of just what you were going to miss in general? Like, were you scared you were going to miss seeing him born, or more so?
Well, it was, at the time, let's see, I got them mixed up, but in Panama, we weren't expecting it in Panama. It was in Iraq, because I got deployed after that. But in Panama, it was, you don't really think about that. You get scared, but it's when you jump and you're a paratrooper, so many things can go wrong. Coming out of the plane, things can go wrong. So, it's more or less, and what you're scared of is just not really dying, but I guess it would be more like what you're going to miss, because you're so young. I was 18. I was young. Wondering at 18, 19, what's going to happen to you, But not so much that, I'm going to get hit, because you never think that you're going to get hit, really.
What did your parents say when you said you were going to join the Army?
They were proud. They were proud of me. you know, my mother was worried, but like I think any mother would be. But they were proud.
Did anyone else in your family beforehand been in the army, or?
I had grandparents that were in there, but no direct relatives. No, I was the first one to go in.
Okay, well, can you like describe what was going through your mind the first time you heard enemy fire?
First time I heard enemy fire, well, you see it too, and it's not just you don't just hear it, because when they fire, they put these rounds called tracers in there. So every fifth round is a tracer round. So it lights up. It's like seeing a beat of, I don't know if any video you've seen of war shows, like you can see lights shooting, and that's what it is. It's called a tracer round. And so we jumped out of the planes, and they were shooting at our planes. So you could see them flying through the air, and you could hear them like whizzing by type thing. So it's more of like a wow, this is real feeling, and let me get to the ground real quick. So.
What were the conditions like where you were stationed?
Where I was stationed during war?
Hmm?
Panama wasn't bad. Panama was, we stayed in parking garages because it was in the city. So it was concrete, but it was, we had our sleeping bags, we had our stuff, and you kind of had an area, at least where, it was sheltered, but Iraq was a little different, where it was more desert, and, there was one point where we were stationed in a animal graveyard right outside of us, so it was, it was just rock and sand over there, and miserable. Panama was much better.
So, what was the happiest moment in war?
Happiest moment was coming home. That's it. What else? What else would be happier than coming home after you know that you're there? There's nothing really. While you're there, you just go day by day. So you just look forward to the end, and when it comes, then that's the happiest day.
What was like the proudest moment?
Proudest moment was coming home.
Just that you made it through?
Yeah. That's. You know that you made it through. You just, you did something that, it's going to be talked about forever. Any war is talked about forever. So you're a part of history. That's a pretty cool feeling.
What was the worst moment in war?
Let's see. In Panama, we hit Omar Torrijos. Well, it was one of the airports down there, and going in there was that. That was tough. You're seeing people get hit, and you're seeing people, so that's kind of a rough thing.
Can you describe any of the men who enlisted with you?
Can I describe them?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's such a wide variety of them. I actually still talk to some of them this day. My friend Al, from Georgia, Southern boy. He was a country kid, a hillbilly, and the way he talked, the way he walked, everything, cowboy hats, cowboy boots. So there was that type, and then we had my friend from Michigan, his name was Matt, and he was like the wild child. He was he was crazy. He was anything goes with him, and he was he was a complete opposite. He's like